picked up this Craftsman heater. Got it at Lowe's. I'm sure everybody's noticed that Craftsman is being sold at Lowe's now. About a year and a half ago, Sears sold the rights of Craftsman to Stanley Black & Decker, which makes DeWalt, Black & Decker, and many other tools that I'm sure I don't know about. Now, I'm a big DeWalt fan, as you've seen before. But I picked this up because I don't have any electric out here in this garage yet. And I was gonna run some out here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it by winter or not. But still, I think this will be plenty enough to heat this garage in here. I'm slowly getting it together. As you can see, if you look at my other videos before, there wasn't even any plywood in this walls. I took the siding down, put some plywood up. As you can see, I'm going through and putting plastic up in all these spots. I'm gonna attempt to try to hold some of the heat in this winter. It's not very cold right now, but it's gonna be getting cold here real soon. I'm also trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this ceiling. I may just get up there and just run the plastic up in between the joists, or the trusses, I should say. Between the trusses, sorry about that. Over here, the plywood was missing in some spots, but it wasn't enough for me to warrant me ripping all the siding down and having to put it back up. So what I did is I just sheeted the inside. And I'm hoping that's gonna be enough, because I'm not gonna be able to put any plastic or anything up over there. And I'm hoping that'll be enough, but we'll see. And I'm also gonna put some stripping up in between here and here. It's a big gap to the outside. This is the door I made. If you remember, I said in a video before that somebody just built a wall here, and I tore the wall out, cut it in half, put it on some hinges, and made a door so I could get in and out. But what I'm gonna unbox this, and I'm gonna show you everything that comes with it. Now it's looks like model number 1068272. It's supposed to be 80,000 BTU. It's supposed to have a 9-hour runtime on the tank. Not sure how big the tank is yet. I'm getting 5 gallons, but I'll know more when I crack it open. And it's supposed to be able to heat a 2,000 square foot space. Now this isn't 2,000 square feet, so it should have no trouble heating this thing up. And if I can keep the heat in, then we should be good to go this whole winter. Because I'm gonna try to get to my projects that I got planned. I got a good project plan for this U.S. General cart, and I'm gonna do some improvements on it, and I think you're really gonna like that. I'm gonna try to do that this weekend or something. But let's get to unboxing this and see what's all in it. Not sure where my knife is, so let's try to bust this open quick. Inside the box, bag. It's like some of the brackets on it, and it's got a little fuse in it, looks like. Let's take a look at that in a minute. It's got a handle for the top. A couple pieces of styrofoam. Some heater. That's it. Now, I don't know how well they turned it around, but like I said, I like the wall and whatnot. Now, I've got a problem with the wall impacts and tools that I'm going to talk about at another point. Now, I was kind of hoping this had wheels on it, but it's not looking like it's going to have wheels on it. looking like it's just gonna sit on 2 plastic pieces. Now this can run on diesel or kerosene. I bought some diesel for it. It's more readily available. It says K1 kerosene is recommended temperatures below 26 degrees. I've used diesel before in these. I've never had a problem with this. But that's it. That's all that's in the box. Now it's supposed to have a thermostat set on it. And it's supposed to shut off once it reaches a certain temperature. We're going to test that. It's not really cold tonight. I got a thermometer. I bought a little cheap thermometer just for this. Just to test it out. I don't know if it's going to be cold enough for me to do it tonight. This may just be an unboxing video. Some warnings. It says, warning, this heater is equipped with a thermostat. Heater may start any time. Use well ventilated areas, blah, blah, blah. Might want to read that. Operating instructions. Fill with kerosene, plug into a power cord, 120 volt, rotate the thermostat to desired temperature, press power switch to on. In case of non-ignition, rotate thermostat control to a higher setting. So that's all that. Don't really need these instructions, but we'll give them a once over real quick. Do not return this heater to the store. We can help online. Yeah, alright. Haven't had much luck. That was mostly with Sears. Now they about ruined. I used to love Craftsman. Used to love it. So this doesn't even have, this just sets on the floor just as is, which I do not like. I prefer it to be on some kind of wheels or something. Maybe I'll have to try to rig something up, a little cradle for it to sit in or something, to be able to move it around. I don't like it to be stationary. I'm not trying to pick something up that's basically a torch. It's got a handle, I guess, for the top. These, I thought these were maybe stands for it, but these are just for to rack your cord up. Let's see what else we got in here. More warnings. Flush tank every 200 hours. Clean air filters every 500 hours. Fuel filter clean twice per heating season. Nozzle and photo cell clean once every heating season. Spark plug keep clean and re-gap every 600 hours of operation. Alrighty then. Jeez. They got all kinds of warnings. All kinds of warnings on here. I guess they're covering all their bases on this. Trying to figure out what happened. There they are. This comes with some screws for this handle. Looks like it's old Phillips head screws. And a little parts baggie. Well, they got two different, two and two. I'm gonna have to just guess. Got two black ones and two silver ones. Not sure which ones are supposed to be for the handle and which ones are supposed to be for whatever else, so I'll just guess. Looks like the handle slides on here. Screws in, slide this handle on. It's like that. Screw down. It turned out to be the silver screws it's looking like. Yeah, there we go. Drop this one down in there. Yep. Running into the same problem I was before. Not one screw in its hole. You too good for your home? Have Gilmore. Got it. She's tied on there now. I guess these black screws are supposed to be for your cord wrap back here. I'm not worried about no cord wrap. Wow. Well, it looks like on this side, wow, I like that. Looks like it's a double way plug. Looks like I can plug in here and then I can hook something up right on this side and run it somewhere else. So I like that part about it. So we got that. Grab the handle. Like I said, I'd rather there be some kind of wheels on it. Maybe with a handle. But I think I paid $190 for this or something, $200. So, like I said, it's not very cold. I think right now in here it's around 42 degrees, it looks like. So we're not going to be able to test how well this thing works right now, but it will get colder. We can test it then. Let's go ahead and slide you off this tripod real quick. We're going to take a look at it here. It's the front. That's where it's going to be coming out. Your little flame back here in the back. Well, let me get the Braun light, give you some more light. This is the one I reviewed before that I really like. There we go. Now we can see. There's your gas tank, fuel gauge right here. Got your fuel gauge there. Thermostat's right up here in the back. Get you a better shot of it there. So now we'll see. No, that's not the thermostat. I'll take that back. Let me read this. It's a pressure gauge. Wow. Thermostat's over here on the side. There's your on-off switch right there. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna fill this thing up. We're gonna start it up, see what happens. Got her all filled up. Yeah, I was right, it's about a 5-gallon tank. Spilt diesel everywhere. Coming out, I couldn't get it. I just bought this cheap old gas can. I couldn't get it to hardly work. But I got it filled up, and as you can see here, take it back here. You can see my diesel mess. You can see back here, this is where there's your gas gauge, and it surprisingly works at this time. It's gonna be hard for you to see, I believe, the glare off this. All right, there it is, a little red floater right there. Floated up to full from empty. So now that works at this time. But to fill this thing, you're just gonna unscrew this. Hard to do here. Unscrew that. You fill it up there, and we're gonna tighten it back down. But we got it all on. Everything's filled up. Things ready to go. So I'm gonna put you back on here. We're gonna fire this thing up. I hope we don't blow up from all this diesel I done spilled everywhere. Make sure we got a good shot here. All right. I'm gonna click it on the on switch. Well, I've seen it before. I showed you before, it's over here. Now I clicked it on, nothing's happening. I'm gonna turn the thermostat up some. Got it up to about 70 right now. I know it's gonna be hard to hear. It's surprisingly not as noisy as some of the other ones I've heard. It's heating up. I turned the thermostat up to 80. It wasn't coming on at first. I turned the thermostat up some. Now it's on. I can already feel the heat. I'm gonna let it run for about 5 minutes or so, and I'm gonna see the difference on the thermometer that I have on the had this running for about 5 minutes, and it's heated up about 10 degrees in here. I mean, I'm to the point where I could take this hoodie off and I could be comfortable. Now, granted, it's not cold, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue this video. I'm gonna come back to you. That's gonna be the unboxing portion. And I'm gonna come back to you this weekend sometime when it gets down in the morning time, say when it's, I don't know what the temperature's supposed to be, but I'm gonna try to catch it below freezing. And I'm gonna turn this thing on and we're gonna take a look at the thermometer. We're gonna see what this thing can do. Now the fumes, I can smell the fumes in here. And they are pretty intense. I don't have much ventilation in here. That's one of the negative things about me putting all this plastic up and everything like that. But I'm hoping that this plastic will allow me to run it, shut it off, and for it to stay warm long enough to where I don't have to constantly have this thing running. Not only will it save me money on gas, but if I'm gonna shoot videos or do anything, it's really noisy, as you heard. But like I said, it's actually not as noisy as some of the other ones I've heard, but it is brand new. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it stands up, and we'll see how well it heats this place up. I'm gonna try to have this finished plastic here soon, but it probably won't be before I shoot the video. But we'll come back and we'll see what this thing can do when it's really cold. A couple days passed since I shot the last video. We're gonna try to, it's pretty cold right now. I think this is reading about 38 or so. Feels a lot colder. I think it might have been a little warmer in here than it was outside. So I'm gonna shut this door. I haven't had a chance to weather strip or nothing yet, do anything. I'm gonna shut this door and I'm gonna turn this heater on and I'm gonna let it run for about 20-25 minutes while I do some stuff outside. May even be a little bit 38, 37. Let it run for about 20 minutes or so while I work on some stuff and come back in. We'll see how much it heated it up in here. Be back in a few. Been on for about 20 minutes. Let's see if we can get a shot here. Looking like it's about 60 now. So it's done heated up about 20 degrees in here. Just in a matter of 20 minutes. It's warm. I just come from outside. I'm cold out there. It's extremely warm in here. I could work in a t-shirt. How it feels right now. And keep in mind this thermometer is close to the door, so the heater's pointed the opposite way. Now this claims that's better. I had to turn it off. This claims that it'll heat 2,000 square feet. This garage I'd probably say it's about 800-900 square feet or so. I don't know exactly, but it's not very big. So, but this heated it up pretty quick. Now we talk about things I like about this. Like it's got the thermometer. Let me get our light. Like it's got the thermometer. There you can set it. It's an easy on-off switch over there. I've seen a lot of them that you just plug it in and it starts up. That seems a little shady to me. I like how it's got the gas gauge. Now this claims it'll shut off once it gets a certain temperature. I don't know how well this is gonna hold heat in here until I get it winterized, finish up with the plastic and whatnot. Now, I like the looks of it. It's a little noisy, but it's like I said, these are all noisy. And it's not nowhere near as noisy as some of the other ones I've heard. Now, what I don't like about this is that if you fill this up, 5 gallons of diesel, kerosene, which I do, another thing I like is that you can use either or. But if you fill this up with 5 gallons diesel or kerosene, it's heavy. It's got a little weight to it. The only way you can move it is to grab it by that little handle with 2 little screws in it. And I don't like that at all. I prefer it to be on some wheels. So what I may do is buy some little cheap casters and just make a little cradle for it to set in. Maybe use some of this angle iron, cut a little slot out to fit that in. That way I can wheel it around a little easier, because I tried picking it up, that handle, I don't trust it. I mean, it's just 2 little tiny screws. They ain't nothing but about this long, about 1 inch or so, 1.5 inches, not long at all. So I don't trust them. But overall, I think it's a pretty good heater. We'll see when it gets colder, and I don't think we'll have a problem heating this at all. This is good for this. I don't have to run it as much, because like I said, the smell will get to you. You gotta have some sort of exhaust in here, and I don't have no exhaust. So if I'm gonna run this thing, I'm just gonna run it for a while, turn it off until it gets cold again, run it a little bit. But I think for heating it up in 20 minutes, I'm impressed. I'm glad about that. 20 degrees in 20 minutes, that's pretty good. Good enough for me. It don't have to be 80 degrees in here for me to work, but I'd like for it to be about 60 or so, which is fine for me. But that's gonna be it on this video. And if you want a heater and you're looking for a heater, now this one is $199, I believe, which is kind of expensive, but they're all expensive. I would recommend this to somebody if they're looking for a heater. So if you're looking for a heater, you could try this out. You go to Tractor Supply or whatever. They have some nice ones there too. But I prefer this style heater to heat a garage. It heats up fast, you know. And this claims to have 10 hours run time on 1 tank, which would be really nice, because it costs about almost $20 to put gas in it. So if I'm working out here for a full day, I would hope I'd only have to run it 2 or 3 hours. So if I could get 2 or 3 hours and last 3 or 4 days, I'd be happy with spend $20 to stay warm. But that's gonna be it on this video. Overall, I'm happy with it. We'll see how it goes in the long run. If you're looking for one, if you got $200 you want to spend, I like it. I would recommend it. So till next time, y'all take care.